Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Nipa TV show. I'm your host, Nipa TV. That's me, and we're going to be commentating a game between MaxPax and Lambo on the map Oxide. And you know, we have seen MaxPax before, and he did that aggressive Void Ray kind of push with the shield batteries, which was super sick to see. And then Lambo, he's pretty run of the mill. We have seen him before. And his playstyle is pretty in the middle. I've never really seen him do a super aggressive sort of strategy. Normally he likes to do his little macro thing, which is a-okay with me. I'm trying to figure out what his picture is, which is kind of odd because before I saw it was a Pepe picture and now it's different. So that is certainly interesting. We'll see. So we'll see if that changes over time. That would be cool. But yeah, no, it's a PvZ on the map Oxide, that, like I mentioned before, and we're gonna see what these two players end up doing. Usually PvZ, God, it's been so long. It's been like a week since I've commentated PvZ. I'm trying to remember what the meta is. I feel like, you know, obviously the toss gets adepts, right? And I think Stargate. Stargate seems like it's the way to go. Usually it's Void Ray. Sometimes it's Oracle first. It really depends on the situation, I suppose. MaxPax is actually playing down a pylon. He is not gonna do anything else because he doesn't even have a forge, so he couldn't be able to cannon rush. So he's just really trying to scare the Zerg player. And interestingly enough, Lambo is taking the opportunity to long distance mine, because he had to force his drones because he thought he was going to get cannon rush there, which I don't blame him. So might as well get some minerals while you're at it, which is I really do like that. That little stuff like that is pretty fascinating to see. MaxPax is going to try to disrupt the mineral patch here. Notice that the drones are being, I guess, exiled away from the mineral patch, so that does actually disrupt mining when you see that probe mining in the back here. First person I saw do that was Huck. For those of you who remember who that guy was, he was a StarCraft 2 professional player. Don't know what he does nowadays. I think he does Overwatch, if I'm not mistaken. I could definitely be mistaken about that one there, but that's okay. You know, this is a safe space, I suppose. And look at that. Stargate is going down. We got a Stalker coming out, too. We got Metabolic Boost being researched, which makes sense. There's rare... I don't ever see a game where Zerg doesn't get Metabolic Boost unless he's flat out, I don't know, 6 pulling or whatever the equivalent is in Legacy of the Void. Because you're going to go past 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you're going to get that Metabolic Boost. It's just, that's the way things are. It's like paying your taxes. It's going to happen. And if you don't pay them, you know, bad stuff is going to happen to you. Because you have slow links. Slow links are no bueno. Stalker is completing the wall off for MaxPax, which is cool to see, and he is getting Void Ray first. I don't think he didn't get an Oracle, didn't even bother with that, because Zergs are well equipped to stop Oracles nowadays. They got Spores, they got Queens. There's nothing that the Oracle can really do besides Stasis Mine, which is effective, but Lambo is quite competent. He would be able to focus down the the stasis thing, stasis mine, and wow, MaxPax is actually going for a fast third. That is pretty fast for a Protoss, so I do like it. I'm definitely not knocking him for sure. If he can get away with it, definitely take advantage of it. So Oracle is coming out, so like I said, Void Ray first. Didn't know about the Oracle coming out next. That is pretty cool. So that Oracle will be able to do some stuff. And actually, MaxPax is getting a second Stargate. Very fun stuff. I think that's cool about the Oracle, too, is that as that revelation, which... Oh, there's Pepe. Did it change? Hold on just a second. Interesting! So it's based on bases! That's cool. I didn't know that. You could change your pictures. Your outlier bases can be that thing. That's pretty sick. Void Ray was trying to do some harass. And the Oracle is coming in to the third base. Queens are there to defend. 3 queens to be exact. And does do a little bit of chunkage on the Oracle. Revelation does come out. So yeah, the Revelation, you know, obviously it reveals cloaked units and stuff. So if there was ever a threat of cloaked units from the Zerg, wouldn't have to worry about it. But I don't think you're going to have to really worry about cloak units unless you're thinking about lurkers. That's pretty much it, and I don't think Lambo is going to go fast lurkers, so Revelation mostly for revealing that creep, which was revealed just now. So that is definitely a thorn in Lambo's side for sure, because he wants to get that creep spread out as fast as possible so that he can maneuver his troops a lot more easily. Adepts coming from the right side, but the Lynx are going to try to surround them, and MaxPax is going to focus them off 1-to-1. MaxPax really likes his Stargate units. Revelation goes down and is going to keep destroying the creep tumors. Very annoying position for Lambo for sure. Got some Hydra Den rather coming out, so we'll possibly see some lurkers. Definitely at some point if the game prolongs. Creep tumors still getting focused. I don't think there's any energy for the Oracle. Energy is 25. It's about to get another Revelation down. Queens are being some queens are being repositioned over at the main base, and it's going to focus down the Void Ray. I don't think, yeah, there's no way that Void Ray is going to die, but did do some hull damage, which is interesting. Some Adepts managed to sneak by here. I think killed a couple drones. Eva Chamber is going to be constructed. I think that is going to be permanent too. We have a Twilight Council going down. We also have a robotics facility go down. So we will see those Colossi coming out. Colossus, Void Ray, Stalker. Very scary indeed. We got Muscular Augments, which I'm trying to remember what that is again. Increases movement speed. That's right. Is that just off creep? Nope, just in general. Very important upgrade for those Hydralisks. I never never really knew what it was. I just know to get it just by muscle memory. Right, so we got 5 queens out here. Gonna thwart off the Void Rays. Very interesting Void Ray harass sort of play. We're seeing a lot of Void Rays actually. And my mistake, I guess we're not doing disruptors. We're gonna be doing disruptors. I'm sorry, did I say that? I said that wrong. I'm gonna repeat it anyways. Colossi out of the deal right now. We're doing disruptors and Templar archives. What will we do on the Zerg side? Just getting some Hydralisks, which is pretty good response versus those Void Rays. Hydralisks are pretty good versus them. The actual ground force obviously is not as big as the Sky Toss force for MaxPax, which makes sense. Really cool photon cannon formation here with the rocks. That is certainly going to further secure that base, and MaxPax is going for a 4th base. Zergling is moving past. Does manage to get a snippet of the disruptor, which means that not MaxPax, Lambo knows what's what. He knows that disruptors come out. Archons too, so very high-tech force here, which is cool to see. Zerglings are moving out. Hydralisks are trying to take down the rocks here. Pretty decent Hydralisk count. We have about 15, 17 now. 17 Hydralisks are out. So that is cool. Creep spread is pretty decent, despite the many atrocities of those creep tumors getting destroyed earlier, which is nice to see. We got charge coming out, so those zealots will be nice and fast. And nice and good, as they say. Nice and good. Yes, that made sense. Anyways, kind of interesting. When I see charge in StarCraft 2, sometimes I don't even see zealots being produced. So I feel like Protosses just get that just to have it, just in case you need it. Since zealots are tier 1, you don't have to worry about transitioning into zealots. You could just make them. So it looks like they were trying to do a run by. We have a photon cannon, 3 photon cannons total here. Probably see a shield battery as well. Yep. Got a fleet beacon coming out, beacon. Or is that just a shield battery? Yep. No, it was a fleet beacon. So what will we see? We'll probably see carriers or Tempests. MaxPax definitely going the full might of the Sky Toss force for sure. And we do have an Ultralisk Cavern coming out. And Lambo is actually working on +2/+2 melee, since he is going that melee route. It's kind of interesting because he is getting Hydralisk. I'm sure he will get range at some point. And we'll see an engagement here. Some Banelings being sent down. They actually already have centrifugal hooks. Do a decent amount of damage on the Zealots. We got a nice spread from Lambo. We got a disruption coming out of Nova. Doesn't really do that much damage. Queen gets focused out. Force field's coming out, and that disruption that Nova does not connect. And at the same time, there's a Zealot run by over here, which is defended by Lambo. And Lambo is actually going to pull on. We got a nice abduct on the Archon from the Viper. Very nice. Kills him quite instantaneously. We got kitty plating for the Ultilis. And yeah, there's some engagement over here. Zealots are doing another run by, trying to take care of the, it looks like some static D's trying to be created for Lambo, and Lambo is not going to have any of that, going to clean that up like that. So that is some pretty nice control for sure. MaxPax force, not that huge, but very high tech and does a lot of damage. Certainly not a good idea to engage that head on. We have some Zerglings and a Baneling over here on the other side. So they're trying to do some kind of defense here. Zerglings are going to try to wrap around this group of Zealots. And they do get picked, or at least some of them get picked off. They will survive. A nice choke here, and a Supernova from downtown destroys a huge amount of Zerglings. That was pretty big. Luckily, though, Zerglings are pretty cheap, so they will be replenished quite soon. +2 attack. Just got finished for MaxPax, and he's getting +3 now, and his Size Storm as well. And he is going the carrier route, which, there you go. Carriers are pretty good. I'm sure he'll get Tempest at some point as well. Ultralists are out. We got 3 total. From the looks of it, we got another Ultralist being birthed as we speak. Hatched, rather, out of that tiny little cocoon. I never understood that. How such a enormous creature could come out of a small cocoon like that. Well, I guess I should ask that about my birth. Anyways, we got a carrier coming out, and carrier gets abducted and destroyed at the same time. We got more Zealot run-bys. I really do like MaxPax utilizing the double-pronged attack, and it is tough. It's going to be tough for Lambo to reciprocate because MaxPax is pretty well dug in for sure. Zealots are being picked off on the left side. And we'll see what happens. We got +3 armor and melee being researched. We have a Greater Spire coming out, so will we see Broodlords at some point? We shall see. I'm banking on Corruptors because Skytoss is going to be interesting at some point. We'll probably see a Mothership at some point as well. We have Flyer Carapace, +2. That's something I don't really see that often. So that means we're reaching some pretty intense levels of this game called StarCraft, though. Got a lot of shield batteries, 2 shield batteries and some photon cannons, and a 5th base being secured for MaxPax and Lambo. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to grab this base pretty soon to get more of a gas. There it is, more of a gas income. Of course, he is looking healthy in his income tab, but really, map control is nice too. Once you get those bases, you get some map control as well. So let's do another run by. Being absolutely relentless. Kills that extractor. No chance to cancel that. Baneling from downtown coming in. Takes down the shields. More Banelings coming in. And that hatchery does get delayed. Does not get destroyed though. Void Rays, on the other hand, are trying to do some kind of damage. Why are they so fast? Is there a freaking Void Ray speed upgrade? Oh my god, there is, isn't there? They got rid of it and then they brought it back. Fantastic. Yeah, Void Rays had that. I think they had that speed. I'm pretty sure they had that speed upgrade right at the start of StarCraft 2, and I guess they brought it back. So there you go. All right, whatever. Creep Tumor is being taken out. That's always cool. Got a Dark Shrine being produced. Trying to get more Archons as well as do more damage since those Zealots are getting cleaned up every chance. Won't be surprised if more Static D will be put down to free up some supply for that there Lambo playa. Again, MaxPax forces are pretty decent. Void Rays doing some harassment of their own, but Lambo's not gonna have any of that. They are going to pull back. Ooh, nice parasitic bomb on the Void Ray there. Smartly being split off. The overcharge is almost done. 2-1 overcharge is complete. And a parasitic bomb. Nice on the Voiders. At the same time, we have another attack from the left side for MaxPax. These Voiders are merely a distraction. And the interceptors are getting focused. We have another base going down for MaxPax. And at the same time, we got some Hydralisks doing a run by. Interesting, trying to take care of this base here. Zealots are doing some short work of the Hydralisks. And how are the upgrades? Full upgrades on the melee. We got 1 and 2 on the flyer upgrades. Now, what are the well, I actually don't think he's not going to get any hydras anymore. So he was just clearing up supply. Got it. Lambo was just clearing up supply in order to get more air and stuff. Clean up, get more of those tier 4 forces. At the same time, Void Rays are still doing their assault on the right side. Actually do take out the hatchery at the same time. We have MaxPax moving in from the left side of the map. What will Lambo do? This is a pretty scary death ball. And the Void Rays do get cleaned up on this side. And we'll see what happens. We got a nice storm down here. We got a Nova that does not quite connect. Another Nova coming in. Does take care of the payload. Nice size storm there. Nova didn't really do that much damage. Huge size storm. Some of ducks. We got some parasitic bombs. Huge parasitic bombs, actually. And the Ultralists are cleaning out the ground forces and forcing a recall. Ooh. That is not looking so good. And in the meantime, Zealots, again, being overly zealous, taking out the right side for sure. Where are those Dark Templars, if there are any? We got some Stalkers being warped in, actually, which is interesting. Where are those Stalkers? Here they are. They don't have Blink. Okay, Blink is being researched right now. Got some Zealots moving into the main base. They're going to try to snipe some key tech structures, I would imagine. Because all the drones here are not really mining besides the gases here. Queen is actually going to get focused. Oof, it's not terrible, but he did lose his queen, so that does suck. Huge corruptor count. Quite a bit of corruptors. Pretty decent high Templar counts, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, high Templars actually have an auto attack now. That's right. Totally weird for me. Probably never going to get used to that, but yeah, we got some changelings moving in to try to scout his opponent, Lambo's changeling, that is. We got Ultrals coming in to try to take care of the photon cannons, and they do a bunch of damage. And Ultralists actually have, I thought they had some kind of a splash, like a cleave splash. I could be incorrect about that. But anyways, and these probes getting massacred. Oh, yikes. That's a pretty big dent in the economy of MaxPax for sure. We'll see what he ends up doing. He has a decent ground force, lots of immortals to take care of those Ultralists, and they are full upgrades. Oh, actually, no, they're not. Armor has been neglected. That may be, yeah, he should probably get armor at some point. He's getting shields instead. Interesting. Okay. Getting shield upgrade. And we'll see if Lambo retakes his base down here at the bottom right side of the map. He is going to do that. There we go. Got some Archons being morphed. Got all the upgrades basically being produced at this time. Static D being put down for Lambo. He's actually oversaturated at both of his extractors over here. But I think he's got bigger fish to fry in terms of worry. He's got level 3 Carapace here. And we got some Archons clearing up the creep here. And Lambo knows that he cannot engage that head-on, so he's going to try to do an attack on the base here. These Ultralists are going to get caught out. But we have some more Ultralists over here on the left side. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts to attack, which he is doing, but there's nothing really to attack here. Dark Templars are here. They do got that nice Shadow Stride ability, the good old SS ability. We got some Archons being pushed over here. They're going to attack this base of Lambo. Kind of a key base for gas, and wow, destroys that pretty dang fast. And it does get taken out. I got a Spore that's taking a little smoke break here. Take a look at him here. How's that kush, man? You feeling it? You feel it now? It's the crap. Anyways. So Spire has to be remade, right? Does it get taken out? I don't see what. No. He has a Spire here. Oh, I see, because the creep will mean that it's going to slowly die, which it is doing right now. At the same time, we got some Ultralists over here. Lambo doing a great job of denying other bases of MaxPax, but MaxPax is kind of doing the same. Difference is, though, Lambo is getting his, he is securing a base here. And we do have some bases that, this one's almost mined out, definitely out of gas. So, at some point, MaxPax will not be able to mine anymore. That applies to both sides. This is turning into a lair for, I'm not sure why. I feel like that is a misclick, or I guess mistap of the keyboard, because he already has a hive. Maybe he's expecting a base race, I suppose. Interesting. Okay, so he's gonna be, what's that ability again? Consume. Taking structural damage in order to get energy for those abductors, which are pretty nice. Ooh, this is turning into a doozy of a game. And Overlord, maximum disrespect. Neuroparasite did just get researched, so we'll probably see some infestors and a pretty large Broodlord count, which is cool to see. Because Skytoss is not really being focused as much as the ground forces actually at this time. So a lot of switching between air and ground forces. Ultralisk coming in, gonna try to take care of this base at this time. Yeah, sure, Void Rays and Carriers are there, but how much damage will they do? And interestingly enough, Ultralisks are being pulled away. Broodlords are gonna try to hold off, and a nice Archon catch there. And MaxPax is actually going to secure this base down here. A very dangerous position for sure. And yeah. And at the same time, Lambo's going to try to secure this base over here. Doing a little switcheroo here. This base is down for Lambo. And we still have some healthy geysers here. And some minerals left. So definitely shouldn't be a base to waste for sure. Got a +3 shields coming out, and pretty soon after that, I wouldn't be surprised if we see armor. Right now, both players, we've reached the point of the game where both players don't really want to fight that much, and as I say that, they are actually attacking each other. At least Lambo is slowly chipping away at the ground forces, and a nice abduct on that Void Ray does get taken out. At the same time, we got some Archons and some Immortals over here, but they're going to be met with Spine Crawlers, and the Ultralisks are actually going to clean up house, and they do a bunch of damage, and they're tanky. Ultralisks are scary, man. My goodness. Two battles going on at the same time, which is always fun to see. And MaxPax is now starting to mine at this base down here. That did belong to Lambo at some point. Lambo is going to clean that up at some point for sure. Unless does he know? He does know. So, Spine Crawlers are being repositioned. We have some Broodlings being plopped down to take care of those Photon Cannons. No shield battery to heal those. And this Nexus is actually going to go down. Lambo going to try to secure this base at the top side again. But 3 Immortals are a thing, and they are coming down to try to make sure that that does not happen. Unless the Ultralisks do stop it, which they do. Immortals are being microed as well. MaxPax's Skytoss army is down there, or not really army. Skytoss force, fleet, whatever have you, is mostly down here. And we got a nice, what was that? A freaking fungal growth on the Skytoss. Nice parasitic bomb, and wow, a lot of damage is being done. And wow, my goodness, fungal growth is not freaking, it only slows the target now, but it does DOT, which is cool to see. I think it always did DOT actually, but no, that actually, the fleet does get cleaned up from MaxPax. He's going to warp in some stalkers. He is refusing to give up. He is still in this. He is getting those tectonic destabilizers for those Tempests, so we'll see what he ends up, if he ends up getting Tempest at all. He does have 1 Tempest here. And we'll see how much damage it does, but the Corruptors are huge, and that is going to be game from MaxPax. So, wow, really good game. We reached the late game, and that's always fun to see, and Lambo just kept successfully defending against the multi-pronged attacks from MaxPax and secured his bases longer, and it just really came down to that. So really excellent on his part. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of NEPA TV, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.